All right, so for this example, again, we're just looking at the two numerators, 3 and 7, and the two denominators, 4 and 8, and we're multiplying those with each other respectively. So on this first one, I would say let's go ahead and make this full fraction, and I would multiply the 3 and the 7. Let's go ahead and multiply those out. And I'm going to stick with just the numerator for now, and then we'll see if something can be simplified after that. So 3 times 7 is 21. So see how I've taken my numerator. I was just focusing on the two numerators, and then once I've simplified it down into one individual value, no more operations here, then I personally kind of move to the denominator. So for those of you that are starting with the denominator, that's okay. You can do that. I just prefer usually to start with the numerators. So now with the denominators, right? We got denominators of 4 and 8. Let's go ahead and multiply those two together. 4 times 8 is 32. And then once again, we'd be looking to simplify this. So that's 21 over 32. So we should look and see first if usually the big number, is the bigger number a multiple of the first number? Because if it is, then that's usually an easy calculation. But 32 is not a multiple of 21. Okay, that's good. Next up, we would go through some divisibility rules, or you could, of course, change these into their prime factors, which we may do. But let's start with 21. I'd say, well, it only has factors of 3 and 7, just like we've shown with our multiplication back here in red. Well, 32 is not divisible by 3 or 7, which means that it cannot be simplified by either of these factors, which also indicates that this is complete. Okay, now again, if I went to my prime factorization though, between 21 and 32, I'd say, well, 21 splits up, we already know, between 3 and 7, and the prime factorization will show that the numerator does not have any common factors to create a phantom 1 with in the denominator. So the 32, this is going to break up. You know what? I'm going to make this, I don't know, 4 and 8, like this, right? 4 splits up into 2 and 2. And then the 8, need a little bit smaller, but that's going to split up, we'll say, into 2 and 4. And then the 4 would split up once again into 2 and 2. So you see that 32 is really just a bunch of 2's being multiplied. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those 2's. But again, none of these factors match in the numerator and denominator in order to create a phantom 1. Yeah, you could say, well, there's a bunch of 2's that match. That's true. But you're not going to get any phantom 1's out of multiplication. So that just confirms that our original answer there, 21 over 32, is correct.